vibes, you know. You'll be hearing some songs off our upcoming EP. Think it's gonna be nice. So right about now, we starting with this one. Ready to blow. So are you ready to go? So are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Oh, ready to blow, ready to blow. Oh, so let me go.
Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go.
It's time to start the party. Sometimes we be getting dirty. This time we're starting this thing right. Hey, so just kick off your shoes. It's no time to feel the blues. So baby, we gonna do our thing tonight. Oh, leave the work at home, leave the stress alone, toss away your worries. Ain't got no time for that, baby. Now you got the chance. Lose your fears, just dance. We're gonna rock this party. Just raise your hands if you're ready.
Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go.
It's time for you to be free. Let's just enjoy the party tonight. We just gonna ease our mind. So just think about the world, 'cause we're not gonna step on all in the way. Just leaving all our fears behind. So leave the work at home, leave the stress alone, toss away your worries.
Ain't got no time for that, baby.
Now you've got the chance. Lose your fears, just dance. We're gonna rock this party. Just raise your hands if you're ready.
Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go.
Let the music take control. Let it seep into your soul. When the bass line starts pulsating, feel the stress keep evaporating. Let it creep into your mind. There could be no better time to get on the floor, 'cause we're just ready to blow.
Ready to blow, start up the show,
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark on the trombone.
start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go.
Give it up for Mark, y'all. So let me go.
Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go.
Ready to blow.
Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go.
Yes, folks, good night one more time. We are G-Syndicate. This next song we're going to do for you, you can find it on our upcoming EP called Revive. We released it last year, and we're ready to rock. This one is called Chemistry.
Hey girl. Hey girl. Hey melanin dripping, sweet catty coated honey bar, good looking. The way how you move it, put me in a mood, I'm glad to see you. Your waistline on the baseline, so attractive, I wanna be a captive. I see a smile on your face now, so beautiful, I know you're original.
So come wind up on me, I wanna see if you got good chemistry. And come push back on me, don't hold back, gal, just be free. Now you're not son, show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. That's my baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we still moving. Now you're not son, show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. That's my baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we still grooving. We're still grooving. We're still grooving. We're still grooving.
Come talk to me, girl. Classy and intelligent, and you run the world. And let me say face to face. Know you feel the tension, just had to mention. Your brown eyes, shining bright. So gorgeous and glowing like sunlight. I hear your voice, angelic eyes. So amazing, I wanna keep this going.
So come wind up on me, I wanna see if you got good chemistry. And come push back on me, don't hold back, gal, just be free. Allow your dance and show off, show off. You have my attention, gal, you're sweet off. Dance me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause it's still grooving. Allow your dance and show off, show off. You have my attention, gal, you're sweet off. Dance me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause it's still grooving. Still grooving. Still grooving. Still grooving.
Hey, girl, I wanna take you home with me.
And hey, girl, show you good energy. Yeah.
Hey, girl, I wanna treat you right. You see, you see, you see.
Hey, just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky. Just the two of us. You and I. What you won't do for love. You try everything, but you won't give up. What you won't do for love. You try everything, but you won't give up. So come wind up on me, I wanna see if you got good chemistry. And come push back on me, don't hold back, gal, just be free. Lower your nuts and show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance with me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, come and turn grooving. Lower your nuts and show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance with me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, come and turn grooving. Lower your nuts and show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance with me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, we're still moving. Along you're not touch. Show off, show off. You have my attention. And that's for me, baby. Step out, step out. Just keep it moving, but we're still grooving. We're still grooving. Still grooving. Still grooving. Yeah.
The next selection is entitled Englishman in New York, a song made famous by Sting in the 80s. Hope you enjoy.
I don't drink coffee, I drink tea mate. I like my toaster on one side. You can hear it in my accent when I talk. I'm an Englishman in New York. See me walking down Fifth Avenue, a walking king here at my side. I take it everywhere I walk. I'm an Englishman in New York. Oh, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Oh, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an man, as someone said. He's a hero of the day. It takes a man to suffer ignorance and smile. Be yourself, no matter what they say. Oh, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Englishman in New York. Oh, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Modesty's propriety can lead to notoriety. You could end up as the only one. Gentleness, sobriety, all rare in this society. At night a candle's brighter than the sun. In New York, concrete jungle where dreams are made up. There's nothing you can do. In New York, takes more than combat gear to make a man. Takes more than a license for a gun. Confront your enemies, avoid them when you can. A gentleman will walk but never run. If manners make it man, and someone said he's a hero of the day. It takes a man to suffer ignorance and strive. Be yourself, no matter what they say.
We know you sing at home.
Oh, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Oh, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Englishman in New York City. I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Englishman in New York. Oh, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York.
Now, growing up in the 90s, I would have loved these songs. I'm sure those of you that know them will love them as well. So we got two songs coming up for you. We got I Wanna Know by Joe and Someone to Love by John B. and Babyface. Hope you guys enjoy.
It's amazing how you knock me off my feet. Every time you come around me, I get weak. Oh. Nobody ever made me feel this way. No. You kiss my lips and then you take my breath away. So I wanna know what turns you on. Yeah, I wanna know, so I can be all that and more. And I'd like to know what makes you cry. Oh, so I can be the one to always make you smile. Girl, he never understood what you were with. No. And he never took the time to make it worse. More loving girl. Baby, I'm the kind of man who shows consent. Yes, I do. Any way that I can please you, let me learn. So I wanna know what turns you on. Yeah, and I wanna know, so I can be all that and more. And I'd like to know.
Warning. What you are about to hear goes against traditional romantic counsel expressed by friends, family, and Instagram memes and quotes. Open-mindedness is advised.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, and welcome to another edition of the Senate Podcast. From out the gate early. I am your host, Neil. Joined as always by my brother from another mother, and your host, Derek.
Here.
And yeah, V is here. Yeah, hold on a minute. Get my out together. All right, and we have a guest. But at this point, she ain't a guest.
Yeah, she ain't a guest no more, man.
Yeah. Dr. Carey, you there?
I am.
Well, your camera on?
It is.
Well, for some reason, I'm not seeing you.
I don't know.
Let me.
Let me turn it back.
Yeah, turn it off, turn it back on. Let me see if that thing. Or if not, what I will do is I will. What I can do, Dr. Carey, is I can get you out and don't take it personal. I can get you out and then you can join back. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right. So while we we await the return of Dr. Carey. While we await the return of Dr. Carey. How you doing, my brother? What's happening? What's
Good.
Everything all right? Everything good?
Yeah, man. All is well in my world. Had a fairly long 2 days because yesterday was rough.
Wait, I could barely hear you though. Barely hear you.
That's interesting. I noticed that my microphone is not registering that it's on, so let me see what's going on too.
Right. So your settings everything should be good, right?
I think so. Let me just do a quick check on that.
Right. In the meantime, and in between time, I see somebody sneaking here. So after a rollicking time don't let me say a rollicking time, but I want to shout out Lee Manning.
Jeez,
I want to shout out Lee Manning.
God, Lee Manning a bomber clot.
Yes. We would have congratulated Lee. Well, we would have congratulated both of you on your wedding. And know that you're here. Thanks for joining us. And congratulations again. This is a lovely picture. You were a stunning bride. And everybody looked nice in their formal wear.
Check.
I can hear you, but for some reason I think I hearing your
through the computer.
Yeah. Anyhow, the point remains, Lee. Congratulations. Hope you are enjoying wedding bliss.
Check.
Yeah, there it is. There he is. Right? Let me check on Dr. Carey now. Dr. Carey is here. The mic is muted, but not getting her camera. So
check. You got me there, Neil?
I got you there. You there. Dr. Carey, you there?
Good.
I'm here.
All right. So let me see. Let me get back. Yeah, Dr. Carey, Skype being bad, man. They don't want to see your beautiful face. I will try one more thing. Hold on 1 second. And there she is. Right. So the issue was, it was seemingly on my end. So let me see here. But still ain't not seeing there she is. Right, man. Right. Let me crank. That's it. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, we are here in the crank. I am your host, Neil, joined as always by my brother from another mother, and your host, Derek.
Hill.
And we have Dr. Carey up here in the middle, our resident doctor, our beautiful resident doctor. She is
Amen.
She is not a doctor of biology, but a doctor of the mind. And she does very good work when it comes to working with people and governments around the world when it comes to sexual education and the like. So she know a thing or two. Shout out Kevin. What's up, my brother? And sorry, missed the call earlier, Kevin, but cheese on bread, Dr. Carey. Oh Lord, that there cheese on. No. Pull up the glass again there, Dr. Carey. Cheese on bread. I'm gonna let you had a rough day, yeah. Anyhow, a little background on Dr. Carey. Dr. Carey is a Jamaican, born and bred Caribbean person. She is now living in the United States. Yes. And she is now living in the United States, where she does her thing. Does her thing. So obviously she's a woman. Obviously she's black. Obviously she's from the Caribbean. And obviously she's a doctor. So,
Last
you
year.
know, she is here. Right? Anyhow, first, let me ask the lovely Dr. Carrie, how are you doing today? Well, I see you with your drink. So other than
Yeah.
that, you need some counseling? You good?
Yes, I hear to hear the sermon today. I think I need the sermon tonight to uplift my spirits.
She need the
So,
word, Derek.
yes, I had to join.
He's the first woman ever hears this one.
But I'm good. I'm good. Today was my dad's birthday, so spent some time. You know how that
Shout out
goes.
to dads.
Mhm.
So shout out to dads, and I'm here as always.
Right. Well,
What's up?
right. So Dr. Carey is here. Dr. Carey, when you're drinking alone, that's a sign of a problem, one way or the other. Who are we to judge? Anyhow, Derek, how you doing, my brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm here, ready to, do the Lord's work as usual. I see some people in here. I see Jerron in here making it a regular appearance. We're glad to see you, my brother. Good to have you. Big up to Lee, my man Kevin. Yo, dog. Aston in the crank as well. And I also see we are at 445 subscribers. Last I checked, we were at 442. So that means 3 people have come on. We salute you. Thank you so much for joining on and subscribing. And we hope you're here. We hope you're watching. And we hope that you get something from what we say when the night come and in the shorts. It's I saw there's something good can be gleaned from what we talk about on these shows when the night come. Yeah, what's going on with you, my brother? How is everything in your world?
I good, I good. Life is good. Life is coming together very nicely in my world. And I am
Amen.
thankful. I am blessed. Everything is everything, man. I am grateful. I am thankful. I am blessed. So
Amen. Blessed and highly flavored.
hallelujah. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are indeed the Senate Podcast. However, at the top of the program, you will be hearing some sweet song, young man. They have a virtual concert out now called Ready to Blow. This is the premier acapella group in the Western Hemisphere, and that is G-Syndicate. Now,
That's right.
G-Syndicate, that is Derek's baby. That is Derek's, brainchild. So Derek is going to speak about his baby, his child, and let everybody know how, when, and where they can find G-Syndicate.
Yes. So before he got into social commentary, I was a musician first and foremost. Still a musician. Still do that, and I still with the guys from G-Syndicate. Shout out the fellas, Kiyoma, Wayden, Mark, Brett, Hugh. We are preparing to release some music for Christmas and all that. That should be coming out within the next couple of weeks. And when they say next couple of weeks, I don't think it should be 2 weeks. All goes well.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, the virtual show is here. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, everything at G-Syndicate 6. So check us out.
Yep, that's right. So that is where you can find G-Syndicate. Check them out. The guys are very good. They use nothing but their mouths to create what you hear, instruments and everything like that. Why you smirking like that when they say they use their mouths, Dr. Carey? Come on now. Be professional. Come on now. Might know they got it. Come on. Anyhow, but yes, G-Syndicate. Check them out. They're really, really great. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, as I said before, you are indeed watching the Senate Podcast. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. We do content for you 5 days a week. Along with the live streams that we do on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m., we also do the Senate Shorts, as Derek mentioned, on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Those are a bit lighthearted. Those are a bit more outrageous, but we still try to, as best we can, bring some sort of dissemination of information in that space. But the live streams, this space here at 8 p.m., Tuesdays and Thursdays, we get straight to the heart of the matter and we talk the things straight. The shorts, any number could play in them shorts. Anyhow, so give us a like. Like now, you're here, you're watching. Like, that's the price of admission. Don't cost nothing but like 99. Just give me a like. That's all we want. If you want to subscribe, we want us to know that either. And share the content. Shoot, we want to know that either. Anyhow, as I said, every Tuesdays and Thursdays, we come here and we do the live stream. But before then, Derek goes on our social media platforms, particularly Facebook. Give us a like and a follow on the Senate Podcast on Facebook. Derek goes on that page and he would post what we're going to be talking about tonight or in the next live stream. And tonight, my brother has decided we are going to talk about The Last Night. I can't believe there's a movie. I never heard about this movie. Going some big stars too. Nevertheless, this is, for those of you that don't know, the uninitiated, we usually theme our live streams around a movie title. And I never heard about this movie before, but apparently going Margaret Freeman and Clive Owen.
Clive Owen is a big one, apparently. God
Who
sending
knew?
me to watch it now.
Who knew? But anyhow, that's not the point. The point is we're talking about the last nights. Why are men shying away from romance, chivalry, and modern dating? So over to you, my brother. Lead us in sermon. Dr. Kerry needs a word, a hand, and a prayer. So let's get into it.
Yeah, so before we crank, let me get a little intro from one of the patron saints of the channel. See my man shaking the head already. Shout out Cherish and Jason who came in, Annie C. In the house. Good to see you all, guys, as always. And as Jason is saying, did you like the likes up? We appreciate it. Yeah, so let me get a little bit of context and a little bit of setup from our girl, one of the final bosses, the modern woman, Miss Brittany Renner.
Let us get it. It's tricking me. Like, she don't want to play. Hold on, let me get you on screen, man. Come on, all right.
I loved
There she is.
the experiences that we had, that normalcy. Like, we're getting tacos and you're holding my hand, like, in public, and we're hanging out with your friends, and your friends remind me of my friends. And I'm like, this is what I want. And talking to him, I was like, I don't need a guy who's in the league. I don't need a rapper. I just want someone genuine. I don't care what that looks like.
Right, and that's the final boss there. So Brittany Renner, she had some things to say. So anyhow, my brother, back over to you.
Yeah, man. All right. So good night again, folks. Always good to see you. We are here. Now, I was on Facebook recently and I saw this post which read, put up on screen for me, Neil, the screenshot. Post read, "This generation of men aren't romantic at all." There's a nice I rolled emoji after it, right? And obviously the names have been redacted to protect the innocent and the guilty alike. I read it and I had a right smile because this is something that I've seen a lot of recently online, right? So we can check out a few clips. Neil, that'll be 2, 3, and 4. We can check those clips out to get a couple of examples of what I mean, just to get a little bit of context, and we can come back, right?
All right. Let me see here where you can put this. All right, I can put it there. All right, let us get it.
So this is for all of my single over 30 people. Is anybody else just over this hookup culture? I mean, I get it. I'm online. I'm trying all these things, but like, what happened to romance? What happened to, a little bit of chivalry? Whatever happened to all of the nice things that men used to do instead of everyone asking us, what are you doing? Can I come through? Is there any real men out there at all? I don't know. Help me out.
I love it. You know why I love it? She asking if any real men out there. Oh, I love the real men comment. I've come to love it. Love to hear it. There it is. I think you may be muted.
You ain't hearing nothing yet, my brother. Give me number 3. Give me number 3. If you want real men, give me number 3.
Honey, when I tell y'all, it's tough out here in these dating over 40 streets. These men ain't trying to court. They ain't trying to do anything but hit the sack. Where the men at who want to have conversation? Where the men at who want to go on dates? Where the men at that's ready to be a man, not just a man look-alike or in a boy with a suit on that looks like a man, but I'm talking about the real man. Where the man at? Man, where y'all at? We looking for y'all. Oh my God, where y'all at? It's tough out here in these deep streets.
Yeah, hot out here for a pimp. I love she don't want the cosplay, man. She want a real man. Anyhow, let me keep going. You want number 4, though?
A man. Right?
A man. Number 4. Let me get it.
Give me number 4. Shout out Matt Brunkman this one. And you'll see why in a minute. Give me number 4.
Bad mind.
So I need to know, when God start making obsessive men? Because I like getting 15 calls a day. I said my phone dry. It's dry. So I'm trying to understand with all the men that actually chase. Go, I need you to chase me, get me, and then continue to chase me. The good. I said chase me. Yes, I did. Damn it.
You. I love it. I love what we do. So much. So much. Anyhow. Forward ever, backward never.
Forward ever, backward never. So you would have heard Brittany Renner in the intro video saying that she likes and wants little things like hand holding and dates. Well, men seem to have given up on being chivalrous and seem to only be interested in the lash and dash situations. And we heard the ladies just now, this is a sentiment that they share. And it's shared by many other women, obviously, because this post, the screenshot that I showed you at the beginning from on Facebook, it was on Facebook. And a lot of ladies co-signed that. And as I said, the names have been redacted to protect the innocent. The conundrum comes though when studies have indicated that women, more so than men, prefer to be single. Put that screenshot for me on screen for me, Neil.
There you
we
go.
covered this. Yeah, we covered this article before.
We did.
So we're not going to go into it much again tonight, right? Why so many women are perfectly happy to say is single, right? So how can we explain this interesting phenomenon? Well, as usual, your boy has brought a hypothesis and copious evidence to support it. So sit back, relax, and prepare to challenge or agree with the theories I'm about to share. We heard what the ladies had to say, and we can all agree when we look at those ladies, so they're pretty attractive for the most part. But let's be very clear. It's not that these ladies, gentlemen, because gentlemen, you get tricked with this. Don't get tricked. It's not that these ladies are getting attention from men. That is not the case. Girlfriend at the end, she said her phone is dry. This is not true. It's the men that they want that aren't romantic and are looking to pump and dump them. And there are some reasons for that. Yes, pump and dump. That's another term for you, Kerry. I saw you grimace a little bit at that one. I want to draw from one of the content creators I love to watch. Mumia Obsidian Ali. I love to watch him. I guess my style of delivery is a lot like his. Very I like to think philosophical, going into the whole psychology of it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Obsidian said on one of his live streams that men in our age bracket, Neil, we are the last set of men to listen to and assimilate the lyrics of Babyface and the musical stylings of Luther Vandross, Brian McKnight, and Boyz II Men. We are the last knights, Neil. And those of you on the sound of my voice, because most of you are in our age bracket, in our cohort. One of Luther's last hits before he passed was a song called Take You Out. I don't know if anybody remembers that. Excuse me, miss, what's your name? Where are you from? And can I come? And possibly, can I take you out tonight? Yeah, big tune.
Trap.
Yeah, for sure. A few years prior to that, we had a big tune. Can we talk for a minute? Girl, I want to know your name. That's Tevin Campbell, right? That's 1996 or something like that. No, that is as smooth and as polished as you can get when it comes to asking a young lady to engage in consensual copulation. That's how you can put it, right? These days, though, doesn't quite go like that. You're more likely to hear a man say something like, Christ, I don't have one boogaloo, just the veins for you. It's true. For real. Why is that? Why is that? Well, the lovely ladies have shown that they actually love and prefer that kind of rough treatment. Pun intended.
For real. For real.
There's a reason that from Beanie Man to Vibes Cartel to Dexter Daps have all toured and profited from delivering some of the slackest lyrics ever recorded. And guess what? The ladies love them. They love the men that perform it. And they love the lyrics. Even right here in good old Bimsha, the People's Republic of Barbados, Our ladies love Lil Rick more than, of course, Brutal Crank Star. Right? And Brutal tell you, long like corridor. Yeah, those of you with more Christian sensibilities, you could go a little for Brutal Crank Star and see what you find. More to the point, more to the point. The game has changed and men are hip to it. Yes, to borrow old phrase. Men are hip to the game now. Men know now that for the guys women want, no romance is required. So the ladies looking for fancy dates with wine and roses and a more tender kind of treatment are in for a shock, because guess what? Those days are over. Men know that it isn't really required for the men that you like. So they're not going to take on the expense and the trouble and make the investment. There's a reason that Silk Sonic's song Smoking Out the Window resonates the way it does when he said that, you know, this woman got me, and I won't say what he says on the record, but she got me paying for trips, paying for rent, paying for trips, diamonds on her wrist. But he still got to deal with the her ex-man who was in the UFC. Her children got he places like Chuck E. Cheese. This is the lyrics in that song. R&B gone red pill now. Yeah. Folks, the 90s are over. Men will always and have always adjusted to the market and will give the market what it asks for. If the market wants beards, then beards it is. Market wants bald heads. Whoop, whoop. Bald head it is. But the ladies have said that they, the market, ladies are the market, don't want chivalry. Women have rejected that. Men who are gentlemanly and chivalrous are taken advantage of. We did a short about a lady who said, hey, if you come in with your wallet, you know, and you easy with the credit card, we can take advantage of it. That same lady, we did a short on her when she talked about a man brought her flowers in a vase, he didn't bring the water and all that there. Yeah. Yep. We also saw the short not very long ago about Mr. Lucas. I don't know if anybody remember Mr. Lucas and his wife in court. She was complaining that her husband get this cooked too much and it made her fat. So I want to show you guys another wife and her approach to this thing. Give me number 6, Neil. Oh, fellas, ladies too, brace yourself. This might be a little bit of a trick, right?
All right, let's get it.
Saturday morning, I would get so irritated because he would start making pancakes.
Wait, hold on. This one here, real low. So let me put a little boost on it. Just give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Let me put a little gain on she. Yeah, so probably a little 6. Yeah, trade that. Let's try this.
Saturday morning, I would get so irritated because he would start making pancakes. I'm sitting there now watching Milo like I've been doing all week. Mm-hmm. And so we had to have this conversation where I was like, on Saturday mornings, can you not make pancakes? Like, can you not make a big breakfast? Like, Milo can have toast. Don't do laundry. You're not going to cut the grass, because then I'm stuck doing what I've been doing all week. First, I want to just have coffee. So sit down and have coffee with me. On paper, it might look good. Like, oh, he's cleaning and making breakfast. Like, so nice. And it's funny because every time I make a TikTok about something like that, people are like, in the comments, like, what a terrible woman, like her poor husband, like he can't do anything right. And I'm like, no, it's literally just like understanding your needs and vocalizing that to your partner.
Yeah, I think I saw that already. And yeah.
Yeah. I know you saw that one before, but I was watching Carrie Ann's face. That was enough entertainment for me. Ooh. Now, it seems as if women are programmed to think that they are queens on a throne, and most men are simply blithering idiots who need to serve them and be berated for the slightest perceived transgression. I say perceived because clearly it is quite possible for a man to be chided for even the best of intentions. We heard what she had to say. And I know some women are going to say she's right to vocalize what she wants and how she feels, and on that we agree. Here are a couple of things I want you guys to consider. Firstly, did you catch that she's a housewife? Yeah. Did you catch her? She's a housewife. She watches her son Milo all week, right? She doesn't work. She is a kept woman whose husband still manages to come home and cater to her. But this lady is saying, hey, could you not make pancakes? Could you not cut the grass? Like, oh my God. There's some other, I would love to use some stronger language, but hey, just try not to do those things on the people's internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're still watching.
Yeah, decorum. Secondly, why does she need to bring her marriage, her husband's business, to TikTok for it to become fodder for content creators like us? Does she need attention and validation that badly? I guess she does if she thinks that all she does is watch her son all day. And here's the thing, she does this often too, because I've seen a couple other videos of similar rot on her TikTok page, channel, account, whatever you call it. But nowhere there is there any gratitude for a man that's helping her with her workload. And I say this because if he was just sitting back and waiting for her to serve him, we know it would be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But this man coming home, he cutting the grass, he feeding you, cooking and all that kind of thing. So this man is not just saying, hey, I bring home money, you serve me. This man still pulling his weight. Which also, by the way, goes back to the numbers which said that since 1965, men have been helping more in the house. They've doubled their workload. Yeah, let's keep that in mind. Let's also note what she said about the people in the comments. The people in the comments said that she's ungrateful, essentially. She's focused on her wants and her needs. Ladies, I don't normally give you advice, but I can give you some right now. This is how you get run out. This is how you get harmed. Because if you can't appreciate a man like this, I'm just going to say it point blank, you deserve less. Let me get Aston. Where is Aston? Where is? Can't even find you. Oh, here you are. You deserve less. If you can't appreciate a man that affords you the opportunity to sit down at home, do nothing as you think it is. Give me get Keisha there. To sit down and all, because to hear you tell it, all you're doing is watching your son all day. If you can't appreciate that, who allows you to sit down home, watch your son all day, and then he comes home and still lifts his end of the couch? You deserve less. And you will get no equivocation from me in that regard. You deserve less. You can't be ungrateful.
But I just want to say here real quick, she is lifting her end of the coat. She's watching their son.
Okay, good. And we appreciate that. But here it is. The man's still coming home and catering to you. And you unappreciative. You're ungrateful and selfish too. Ladies, you can't be ungrateful and selfish. Let me put this out here. Because this is still I don't offer advice to ladies, but just letting you know. You can't be ungrateful and selfish and expect men to line up to be with you. Too many women seem to think that this is the best way to approach and operate in a relationship. Gentlemen, I've said it to you before and I'll say it again. Do not fight with any woman to love her. Let me repeat that. Because I know that sounds convoluted, so let me repeat it and break it down slow, like a fraction. Do not fight with any woman to love her. That is the beauty of your 4 Ps. 4 Ps is plug and play. Your version of provision, protection, problem solving, and procreation. It is what it is, unless drastic changes in your life. You get fall of money or something, so you will protect, provide all them things how you normally do it. So if you find a lady that can't appreciate your good treatment, don't get bitter. Don't get angry, because people like to think that we bitter and vexed. That is not the case. As Neve was here, thanks for the memories. Leave her and give your 4 Ps to someone else who can and will appreciate them. Trust me, there are women out there who will appreciate them. There seems to be a notion today that men are supposed to be ballers on the level of a rapper or athlete. Unfortunately, though, the average man in the US earns about $45K annually. And that's because apparently black men earn like 42 change. Other races 45. Well, the lighter complected, 45, the average man. And most people here in BIM, according to the Chamber of Commerce here in Barbados, make less than $2,500 a month. So at $2,500 a month, near that is what, $30,000 a year? Let's check that math there for me. Thank you. $30,000 a year. Folks, ladies and gentlemen, you are not going to live in the lap of luxury on $30,000 a year. Not legally at least.
No.
Men lead simple lives. So yes, we can get by if we wanted to on $30,000 a year. Most men. Women, on the other hand, tend to be consumers more so than men. And in a capitalistic society, the need to keep up with and exceed the Joneses is stronger than ever. So we're gonna watch a few clips of this to crystallize, encapsulate everything that I'm talking about, concretize. So here's a new word that certainly know. Give me 7, 8, and 9. Another trigger warning for those of you who are watching at home. See this queuing them up. Please, folks, hit the like button, share the content, join in the chat, do all them things, subscribe. We appreciate it.
All right, let's get it.
How much should your engagement ring cost?
Whoa. That is way too low. No. Hold on a minute. Let me lower that there a bit.
How much should your engagement ring cost? So I suggest 2 things. Number 1, you demand a 3 carat or above ring that ranges anywhere from $20,000 to $50,000. And if you can't do that, demand a ring the equivalent price of his car. That way, if he ghosts you, you can resell that item and get back some of that lost time and start over with a new man. If he cannot afford that, think about how can he be a stable future husband or father. Let me know in the comments what you think about the engagement ring test.
So this woman got the audacity, right? She got the audacity to come and tell the people, right? To get a man to pay for an engagement ring for you, the equivalent of his car. Because if it don't work out, you don't turn out to be the one, she could sell it.
Yeah, sell it.
For
So
wasting
immediately,
time.
girlfriend telling herself exit strategy. And I applaud that. I applaud the insurance policy that she has taken out. But this thing about, I got to spend the equivalent of a car on a ring. As you see near that, it's absurd.
But do you see why I consistently tell you guys that little insider thing that some of us are just groomed to manipulate?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Uh-huh. Give me 8, Neil, because brace yourself again, folks. Trigger is real. Give me number 8.
So, Brett, I can see the caption already, Dre. This
$1,000 a year or less. I would prefer $1 million or more. And there are men for me. So if you make $100,000 a year, that's great. There are women for you, but that woman is not me, baby. But do you make that? Men with money who want to provide do not care what you make. They mostly care about how you make them feel, how you look. So stop trying to compare the two. You can't be logical because logically we're made up different. But it's harder to be with a man with money because he don't need help with the bills. So your job and degrees don't really mean that much. You got to bring something else. Y'all would be with somebody that treats you bad for money. Your mom was with somebody that treated her bad for love. Stop bashing women who is turned on by a man who has figured out how to provide on a large scale. Blame God, not us.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, I love it. Because shout out Caesar one, language matters. Language matters.
Indeed
this woman would have you believe, right? That don't blame women for being made up different because they're attracted to men make $1 million a year. Listen, I think we need to. It is important for me, right? It is important for me that we start checking these sorts of things because she is making it seem like when we talk about logic, she had the audacity, the temerity to say the word logic in her statement. Logic, my girl. Logic. Because the man figured out how to make $1 million a day to provide for who?
You see, what you are seeing there playing out is apex fallacy on steroids. She assumes that, $100,000 dying of money? Everybody's making that. So
everybody is making $100,000.
Yeah, she is looking at the top men, the men that are making that money. She is literally not seeing anybody else who does not make $100,000. He don't register,
but
invisible.
But it made me laugh.
But here's the thing. Mm-hmm. It balances out because when these ladies get older, we would have talked about Paulina Paraskova.
Yes, Paulina
Paraskova. Supermodel who could not understand how when she hit her 50s, life started to change. People tell she, you don't want to see you in a bikini, that kind of thing. She said that as she got older, people walk and literally bump into her. Just don't see her. So that's the flip side. Fellas, when you're bright, nobody don't see you. But ladies, when you get older, nobody don't see you. That's just how it is. Sure, go ahead, Carrie.
I want to point out two things that I literally just looked up a while ago. Sorry. So the average salary right now in the US is $54K, and only roughly a third of the US population makes over $100K.
There you go.
So who's she talking about? Is it just like you said, in that few?
And every $100,000 you go up. Like, this is the thing that, what bothers, as much as I like it, right? What I find hilarious to me is you want a man make $1 million. Do you associate or swim in them circles?
Right. That's the next thing.
Nope.
Like, you can't go to a club and find one of them, man. You can't go to a meet and greet and find one of them, man. You can't go to like a restaurant and find them. They may not walk about. Man, them in the park, at the gym.
Based on the costume that she's wearing right now, because they call this the Magic City uniform, right? With the weave and the lashes and all that stuff, face beat back and all that. We talk about LeBron James Tuesday night. Look at his wife. You've never seen her in this uniform. Right? When you look at that millionaire man, the wives don't look like this. Rarely. So a girlfriend ain't know what she's looking for. But hey, let's get number 9 because I am in that kind of triggering mood. Let's go on.
All right, let's get it.
I make 70,000 a year. Oh no, that's only 35.
Yeah, that's pretty basic.
What do you mean? 35 hours an hour is good money. No, I get paid 31 an hour, 32 an hour, and that's like shit.
No,
but
listen to what he's saying. Wait, so when if he's making something like yours, it's not okay.
No.
You see what I be saying, yo?
Let me finish. I practice hypergamy. I don't know what the fuck.
What's hypergamy? Break it down.
It's when I date men above my caliber.
Okay.
I don't date men on my same
I
level.
do too.
I'm talking about 10,000, 20,000 more than me. So right now I'm at 70,000 a year. He got to be at 100,000.
Okay.
Why would I want a man that could barely provide the same lifestyle that I could provide for myself?
Because there's no gender role.
No.
I don't think he knows. I don't think he knows.
He didn't say that.
I'm just saying.
No. I said it. So what?
No judgment zone.
Okay. I said what I practice. You might practice Jesus. You might be Buddhist. You might be Islam. I practice hypergamy. I date men on a higher caliber than myself.
Lord.
If I work for Con Edison and I am the electrician man, I'm fucking the supervisor.
So
You gotta love that girl. Frank can even pronounce hypergamy.
let me address the elephant in the room. Hypergamy. Right?
Hypergamy.
Like some that is very enthusiastic origami. So what as you said, Derek, when you're listening long enough, is here. hear her tell it, why would she have a man that makes the same amount of money for her as she does and that she can provide the lifestyle for herself? The idiot woman, and yes, I will call her an idiot woman, ain't gonna look at 70 plus 70 is 140.
No.
She looking at 100,000 is his money, and my 70,000 is mine, so that's 170,000. So she want a sucker.
Yeah.
Who right thinking man? That he $100,000 that he sweat for, work hard for, and get all to you while you retain only your money.
That's who we are, Neil. That's who we are. We saw the clips, folks, and the ladies what they were expecting from their men, etc. Remember, we did a short back in season 1, very early in the juggling, about a woman who rejected her man's engagement ring because it wasn't big enough or it didn't cost enough.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had our friend there just know who couldn't even pronounce hypergamy, but at least what she understood what it is she was doing.
Hypergamy.
Hypergamy. And what I love about it is that she says up front that she dates men above her level.
Right.
So she will attempt to get with a man above her level and then be surprised and hurt if and when that man finds a woman that he believes better meets what he wants in a partner.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as women are strong and independent and make their own money, to your point, Neil, they don't intend to bring that money to the benefit of a relationship. So the understanding is that women generally want men who can provide for them. Well, sorry, these kinds of women. And yes, they do exist here in Barbados.
Mm-hmm.
As you said, Neil, ain't 70 and 70, you know. She want, or ain't even 70 and 100. That is 70 and 100 for her.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing. She's looking for $170,000 for her instead of $140,000 with her husband.
Correct. They have no intention to bring their money to the table, which is why men say at point blank, hey, we don't really care what you do. We don't care how much money you spend because you don't intend to bring it to the relationship. If you don't intend to spend your money in the relationship, what's the point of it? What's the point? Right? And here's the thing. We as men understand and expect that we will have to provide for a woman. No problem there. Sadly, a lot of women today, they don't only want their necessities met. They want their thirst for social proofing and validation met as well. So, as I said before, you got to be prepared to do all the fancy restaurants and take pics of the food and the venue and the dress and all them things.
Well, no, hold on. Sorry to cross you, but she will be taking the pictures and you will not be in them.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be in them, right? And the average man simply can't afford to support that lifestyle. It's just too costly. So guess what? That is another reason that men are just leaving alone outside Austin. Left in all the romantic thing. Left in all the chivalry thing, because if it gonna cost me $300-400 to carry you, and you won't go every week, you can't do it, sis. No. IG model, Brittany Renner, one of the patron saints to this channel. She recently sat down with YouTube content creator Anton Daniels for a 2-hour podcast, 2 hours and 27 minutes it was. And we showed you a clip from that podcast earlier, but we're going to show you 2 others with you guys, share 2 others with you guys now. The second clip went viral. So let me get the first clip first. You come back, talk about that, and then we get the second clip with the one that went viral.
There's a handful of us. But it feels like even if athlete, rapper, or someone in the industry, that most likely won't be a monogamous, committed, devoted relationship like I clearly feel between you guys. Okay, let me lean into the other direction. He doesn't have to be any of that. I still have to question his motives. Like, I always use this example, but it's like, you date someone who's maybe not in that light, but what happens when that light is shining on them? And now they're getting thousands of bitches, because every man I've ever put on my page got hundreds of bitches. Bitches that would have never have even wrote them are writing them because that's the dick I'm sitting on. I want to be equivalent to Brittany Renner. So even if you take a normal guy, I hate that term, but a normal guy, okay, so what happens when you put him in an abnormal situation?
Right. So, my thing is, anyhow, I want to get into that afterward. No, seriously, because she's saying something here that is making me kind of wonder. You want a man to do all of these things. You want a man of a certain level. Well, some women want men on a certain level, right? But you have to question, one, what you willing to do to maintain that relationship. Like that man bringing everything to the table. The man bringing millions of dollars to the table or whatever, hundreds of whatever. Like, what are you willing to bring to the table? And two, you still want that man to be all the things that the average man that does not have the spotlight that Brittany Renner is talking about to provide. For example, me and you direct about Nobby. So if you date me, chances are we can be more faithful than a man that's a ball player. You know what I mean?
Chris Rock said a man is only as faithful as his options.
Right. So no, you want a man that has access to top tier women on your level or more. But then you want the man to refrain from that and come home to whatever treatment that you give him. I want to be very clear by saying that. I ain't saying that the man go there and cheat for everything good at home. I'm talking about you can get this man wherever you feel like Guinea, and the man to come home and say yes there.
Hold on to your hat right, Neil, because we can get to that in a little bit. Now, in that first clip that we just showed, what Brittany told you, because we can get into what she doesn't tell you, but what she told you is that because she's been around the block with athletes and rappers, her tastes are now inflated. So the average man will not do. Sorry to tell you, fellas. As good as she look, you have no shot with her.
Zero.
To hear Brittany tell it, dealing with her will bring on an influx of women in your DMs as well. This is something with which a lot of men will now have to deal. And this is something that you have to deal with when you're dealing with the average hot girl in your neighborhood or whatever, right? Men simply can't afford average women because their tastes are inflated, right? Here's the next thing. Many women today want to be entertained. Yeah, they want to be taken to tides, champers, catamaran cruises, and feted almost on a weekly basis. So a normal guy just won't do. And if you do that, scroll through your IG. Now, let me get to the second clip. Brace yourselves, guys. This is interesting. Brace yourself. This one went viral. So check it out.
Win. And quite frankly, why it's hard for me to... I can't see it because I'm not meant to see it right now. I'm just meant to keep flipping the page and living my life, right? But it feels impossible because who's going to sign up for me? Who's going to... Let me finish.
No, I'm just thinking.
Who's going... Exactly. Who's going to have the courage to love unapologetically, to tune out all of that noise? She's a whore. She's going to use you. You're such a simp. Who as a man? And you know I've told you 30 people. Doesn't matter if it's 30 or 300. I've said certain things publicly that I'm going to stand on. What man is going to feel secure enough to date me, feel good enough to be my man, to not feel inadequate and want to talk to other bitches? It's so multi-layered to where it's like, it's not, people think it's someone in the industry or not. They think it's that simple. It's not.
I just figured it out. Brittany Renner is a chef. That's Chef Brittany. She cooks and makes the best word salads in the history of mankind and womankind. Because
gotta love it.
Because this woman got asked, who gonna got the courage to love this woman unapologetically because of who she is? Sweet girl, I'm real sorry to break it to you. But it's not because of who you are. It is because of what you said and how you've lived your life. You just business.
Let me dive in the chat because I see some interesting things going in the chat. Let me dive in the chat a little bit, then they can come out and talk about our second clip, right? So it's when Rick came in, it seems when Rick came out of the bad boy. Because when Rick came in, the first thing he says, "Good night, my God." When really coming for the rough one. Steve, simple case how to lose a guy in 10 days. Maybe you should grab his Milo and go next quick. I'll see myself out. Okay, see when Rick came in. Okay, Briz, I understand, brother. Lee says resale of diamonds is terrible, flawed logic, and that's a fact. Imagine losing a $30,000 ring. Staying that and single, dummy. The man should shake a.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, I read that.
Oh no.
Oh dear, my Asta, man, prepare me with them things, man. Just read it. You want money, it comes with cost. Show the Dubai guys that just play them out to do the most. Yeah. We still got a video to do, Neil. We still got a video to do. The Dubai thing.
Okay.
But Luigi.
We recorded it?
No, we didn't.
Oh, okay.
We haven't recorded. Luigi says, welcome to you, Luigi. I hope you are subscribed. Says, if you give romance or chivalry to an impure woman, you feel like a sucker. That is a fact. And we come into that right now with this Brittany Renner thing, right? Rick says he got to get drug dealers. Yeah. Lee being a leech doesn't even feel good. See, okay. Neil also says this is so triggering. That's the only part of that comment I'm going to read. And despite what the internet is doing to our lovely ladies, but shrug, get up good. Yeah, I with you, Jason. A lot of times they'd be like, "Wow, what is going on?" The capitalism, the internet, the thirst for validation is getting a little crazy. People doing the most. Cherish says men are realizing that some women see men as disposable, so why should men invest in that energy? Exactly that. Cherish was just about to ask that. Do these lovely ladies even like or respect men and what it takes to get to that income level? Well, all that effort, sacrifice, investment for what? Some stomach that some other loser got for free. Important. Juice not worth the squeeze, indeed. Lee. I said, it even juice, just us. Lee, 5 fancy dinners equals a cruise, 3 fancy dinners equals a mortgage payment. People need a reality check. No, women don't, says Cherish in response to Jason. They see men as just providers. They have lost their femininity, so relationships to them are just transactional. It's just about competition and clout. These days, some women are being consistent at the wrong things. Amen. Cherish is in shock at that last clip. So let me get back to Brittany Renner here, right? No. We heard what she had to say. And if you heard what she had to say in a vacuum, you would probably think that this lady she just had an unfortunate run of luck in her dating history.
Yep.
To hear her tell it, you have to be a real strong man to sign up to deal with her and block out all the external pressure and noise from men saying you're a fool.
Mm-hmm.
The implication being that there are no such strong men that actually exist who are able to handle her.
Mm-hmm.
What Brittany won't tell you is that she once wrote a book detailing all the people with whom she had dalliances. What Brittany won't tell you is that she advises women who want to secure the bag to get pregnant for an athlete because the athletes are dumb and don't like to wear condoms. Yeah, we showed that video here too, Kerry. Mm-hmm. What Brittany won't tell you is that she followed that very advice for herself and got pregnant for NBA player PJ Washington. What Brittany won't tell you is that she is a single mother now who is still trying to be out in these streets. We know there are a lot of women who take that box with Brittany. What Brittany won't tell you is that the man who is strong enough to deal with the man who is strong enough to deal with all of those things is going to get in that package deal. You see the package and the baggage, but where is the deal? The average man will have to deal with the scrutiny of the public. The public are going to judge your decision making as a man if you decide to deal with a woman like Brittany. Mm-hmm. And this is a lot for any one man to have to take into consideration. You heard her disclose her body count there, so on the clip.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of men are finding out that when it comes to a lot of women today, not all, police, the juice just isn't worth the squeeze. My man saying even juice is just us.
So they're choosing to stay away, hence the rise of things like the passport bros, SYSBM, see if it's self-black man and they make out, then going their own way. Just before we came on here, I saw a post. My guy O'Shea was reviewing it. A tweet from Young Miami, and she was asking the ladies who they feed first when they're fixing plates. Their man or their husband or their children. I'm going to tell you how the comment section stopped. The ladies let it be known in no uncertain terms that they were feeding their children first. Now, we saw this dynamic play out with the guy who worked a 13-hour shift and came home to no food. Even though he was the person paying all the bills in the house, all the car notes, etc. She was allowed to work from home. I showed you there earlier with my girl and Milo. Yeah. She had a problem being catered to. If you get into a relationship with a girl like Brittany, who do you think she's going to cater to first? You or her child? Even though, as girlfriend said, that they are practicing hypergamy. So you are the person providing for the household. You are the person facilitating everything, making sure that everybody eat, but you can get feed last. Men are deciding to choose women who will give them the best return on their investment, the investment of their money, energy, attention, time. And I don't think that that's a reasonable, an unreasonable expectation. Women don't want you to waste their time, so why should men waste their time? Men are still willing to be romantic and chivalrous, but they're going to make sure that the woman is worthy of that romance and that chivalry.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are indeed watching the Senate podcast. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Most important words I just said is share the content, and like the content, comment the content. Let's build this community and let's get it going. Dr. Kerry, you're very stoic tonight. I know you're drinking your drink. You had a rough day, but you know, yeah, you hold it with two hands, making sure it don't get wet. Anyhow, what I think, yeah. What is your perspective as a woman who is single and obviously would have had various experiences with men, and you obviously think a particular type of way? What are your thoughts with regards to all that Derek said and presented in his monologue?
So I agree with Derek, particularly that last point about if men come with, these quality 4 Ps and are ready and willing to invest, there should be a pause and question about what's going to be the return on my investment, right? Because remember, I said it, and some people may cringe, like, why are you telling that secret of women? It's not a secret. It's out there. We manipulate situations. You saw all of these clips. That's manipulation at the highest, right?
Real men.
Logic
right. And bravery.
The word salads, as you guys say, right? Like, which man is courageous enough? Which man is secure in his manhood enough to come and date me, even though I've been a whatever for all these years? Like, what? So I'm just at a point, honestly, where I don't know if I'm annoyed anymore. I think I'm at a point where I'm just numb to the fuckery that women are saying, because there's so much of this type of message, in particular, like you guys say all the time, how toxic social media is. And I find that, I think somebody said in the comments, how embarrassing are women, collectively women, predominantly are women of color, or Black women are. It's embarrassing. It's gotten to a point where it's pathetic and embarrassing now. And so for me, it's kind of like, okay, here we go again. Here's the foolishness again. It's almost as if, like when Brittany was talking, I could predict what the next sentence was going to be. And then it was like, yep, that's exactly.
Yeah, they're all on the same script.
Yeah, all on the same sprint. And then the lies we tell ourselves as women. And again, Derek, you and I are on point with this video, the psychology of it, the conditioning that we've gone through, that different people go through in different spaces to come and formulate these ideologies that are just BS. You know, it's all bullshit. It really is. And Neil always says, you know, the fuckery is just foolishness. It is. It is. That's exactly what this all is. And we get. I think I sent something to you today, Neil. You can share it with Derek. The one where the woman was crying about how she couldn't find anybody to date. Did I send that to you on IG?
On Instagram?
Yeah.
I would
Derek
have
would
to
love
check.
it.
On
Yeah. She
let me
crying,
look real quick.
crying like, you know, she over a certain age now. Why nobody don't want to date her? She should have stopped the foolishness when she was in her 20s and running in these streets, yada, yada. Okay, Sarah.
Sounds like something we would have watched before.
Yeah, I think it might be
Not
somewhere.
in some form or fashion.
It's somewhere in your logs of stuff.
Let's hear it.
But yeah, I just really, I just, you see it?
Forward it to Derek. Yeah, I can forward it to Derek now.
I just at a point where I think I'm just really like, I'm numb to the foolishness now. And if I pick up if I'm out and I see women acting a certain way, I'm like, oh, those women. And I immediately just know it's, you know, whatever type of thing.
What I find fascinating about it, Carrie Ann, is that we see that it ain't working.
That's the other thing I was about to say, that I find it so crazy.
Something just hit me. I just had, sorry, go ahead. I literally just get a thunderbolt. I figure it out. Go ahead.
Yeah, because Lee was making the point that, you know, the lady talking about $100,000 is not enough.
Yeah.
And she's still single. Go out, I thought you still single.
Right.
Here's a hypothesis.
All
Here's a
this stuff.
hypothesis. Here's a hypothesis. It just hit me. Clear hoodie blue. Blacks. You know, they got people that play lotto every week, right? Spend about $150 every week in lotto tickets. If you got a dream, you got a chance. Everybody just spending money on lotto tickets. Then, whether they know or don't know, the chances of you hitting the lotto, you have a better chance of getting hit by lightning than winning lotto, right? And it just hit me that I think these women are kind of gambling.
Yes.
So you try to, as Dr. Carey said, you try to use certain words to MacGyver this situation into your favor. So now you're using word about real men and this and that and next, because let's be honest now, men that make a certain sort of money, they have a certain set of ego. So now when you hear Brittany Renner, for example, say something like, you know, I need a courageous man to come and deal with me. Or you hear that woman say, yeah, I want a man that got $1 million. I ain't dealing with $100,000 man. Sadly, part of what comes with extreme wealth for some men is ego. So you're gonna be like your eyes a real man. So it's like kind of like playing the lotto. You play the lotto, you play the odds. You looking to get that man. And go ahead, Dr. Carey.
I agree with you that it is they're gambling, and they're gambling in the worst way, because empty barrels make the most noise. Real men don't want no woman who's out there yapping all damn day, talking about this shit about who's a real man and who has courage and who's secure in his masculinity to date. Real men, man in their goddamn business, already married with them 3 or 4 children and securing their bags daily. And they're not out here in the ways that these women who are talking about these real men are. They're just, they're not. You know, and then my question too is, whose definition of real man are you even using? Whose definition of courage are you using? Because for me, forget this courage and all this kind of thing. Where is a conscious man?
No, that's irrelevant. Sorry, I got the best word for it. It is immaterial.
Real.
It is not of substance. How do you measure a conscious man? And this is not to you specifically, right? But those are terms which is hilarious to me, because words like a conscious man that you just used would be seen would come over as soft, or would come over as something that ain't gonna benefit me, like in material circumstances, right? Where really these women would use these airy-fairy terms to get a man. So you don't want, and Derek, we have talked about this almost exclusively, where when you see the list of women, the list of the list of qualities that women want in men, some women want in men, when you get down to the conscious man, when you get down to a man that can treat you a certain sort of way, that's down the list.
That's on the list.
He got money.
Nobody has
He got
called
be
into the
generous.
dating show say that they want a man who kind and loving and sweet and you know I have never heard that on any dating show where these women calling it Kendra G, Kevin Samuels, none of them.
Yeah.
They all want the price ain't hypergamy, so they want $100,000.
And then my pushback is, yes, I understand that, you know, at certain age brackets in our life, we've all gone through this. You do the foolishness, you follow hype, right? But after a while, like you guys are saying, what are you actually, what's the return on the investment, right? If you are continuously on this hamster wheel saying this foolishness kind of thing, give it up, right? Give it up. And my second point that I wanted to say with that conscious man thing is, over the past few years, I've paid attention to men in a different way. And having like Neil as a close friend of mine, he's helped me understand this too. My uncle, Mike, who talks to me like daily about man and woman stories, you recognize, or you should recognize, that there is a point at which the conscious man or the enlightened man, different people use different things. I use conscious. Actually, the impact of that type of masculine energy is worlds. There is an energy world beyond the money, right? It's beyond. Yes, the 4 Ps are there, but there's like 4 Ps 2.0 kind of thing, right? And it's so like, where are we talking about that? Where are we talking about those men that are actually doing their personal work and have elevated and have expanded? You know, why is it always this foolishness?
Let me ask you a question, Dr. Carey. Let me ask you, as a matter of fact, I ask it to anybody listening to me. You ever see a woman post a picture of her man in therapy?
No. Well, lie. Yes. But they weren't people of color.
Okay.
Or they were on the lighter end of the color spectrum.
There's a complexity.
And when those pictures were posted on the gram or whatever, did they get a lot of likes and views and comments?
Yes, because people who follow them are people who are also like, oh yeah, that's great. You know, we're also doing our work. We've been married for how many years? And
The lights are complected.
Right.
But it's still right.
Right. Let me ask another. I guess I didn't. Let me phrase this question a little differently. Which would get more likes, views, comments, shares, etc., retweets? A woman posting a picture in Ibiza having been flued out by her man, or a woman posting her husband getting therapy, crying, being vulnerable, being thoughtful and conscious of her.
The way that we've been socially manipulated over the years, man who crying, posting. Look here, there was a guy on my LinkedIn, which is a professional network, a white business owner, and he posted himself crying about. He was doing a video, and he ended up crying in the video because he had to lay off workers because of, you know, mishaps in the business based on his decision. Oh my God, the people dragged him, and I'm saying to myself, this is so interesting because, of course, he represents entitlement and a certain level of stuff here in the US. And so people are like, you have nothing to cry about. You made an executive decision that favors you. Yada. But it's, if you get more likes, it's the likes that are coming with bashing, because he got a lot of comments on his thing. But the flued out Ibiza kind of thing, it's the likes of people who are, not necessarily of any particular substance.
Vapid is the word that comes to mind.
Indeed.
Vapid.
Yeah.
To the crying point, I just want, it doesn't necessarily have to be a white business owner. Shoot. Anytime a black man cries, anytime a man cries, and it's on social media, that man is summarily dragged.
Yeah, that guy was bashed.
I just want to put it out there. I cannot think of one instance where a man of any color cried on the internet, whether he is it is real, genuine, or if it's crocodile tears. I have never seen a man gain any type of sympathy for crying and showing that emotion, no matter what it is. Tyrese, Will Smith, who's the other man there? Yeah. Man,
ain't nobody crying with Kanye.
Devon Franklin.
Right? At the end of the day, right? If I come on the internet and I cry and I say, child boy, XYZ is the problem, I could got the most sympathetic story and tragic story out there. Anybody, unless it is a lie, it would have to be a Kadir story where I No. Hear me now.
Steve here saying Michael Jordan become a meme.
Yeah.
But hold on now. The only time I could see people being sympathetic towards a man crying is if he's gay. And that is with the struggle of his homosexuality and living that life.
I have one better for you. Man crying at the loss of his wife or child.
Yeah. I'd agree.
I've seen those posts.
But only if he is not known to have been horny in this woman. If he horny she at all.
Caveat.
The point remains.
If he's known to, as a philanderer,
right?
And then he crying because his woman passed, that's a problem. People can get dragged. What are you crying for? And all that.
The point remains is that it would have to be an extreme case, a real tragic case.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the video you sent me on Instagram, but you said there's a woman crying that she's single, et cetera, right? You can imagine any man come to the internet say he's so lonely and crying.
I can imagine it, and depending on how he looks, I can imagine his DMs.
No. I posit to you, it matters not how he looks. He could look like Michael B. Jordan. If he's crying or he's talking about he's singing like, can't get the woman, they can be like, come on, bro. No. Michael B. Jordan.
As a matter of fact, as you said that Michael B. Jordan took some fly. He was crying. He just looked sad of the Warriors game.
Yep.
And he get dry. Yeah, dry.
So I ain't care what nobody tell me. Anyhow, we get back on track. In my opinion, right, I think we live now, there has said and has always said we live in a consumption. You have to have consumption commonalities, right?
Yeah.
Where it is more about experiences now, or rather it's not even about shared experiences, it's about your experience more so than the shared experience of going through life with a partner. Nobody don't want to get bogged down with the humdrum parts of sweeping and cleaning and cooking. But I want to deal with that. Nobody want to deal with that. People want partners. Like women want men that could afford to pay a maid. Men want women that look like Eva Mendes, right? But the point remains is we have to be, we got to make this distinction. We have to make a very careful distinction because this is not all women, and I'm not saying this for you, not all police, but I'm just saying there are women out there that understand that, look, you know what? It's best to find a conscious man, and if you hit it big, we all win. Or if you don't hit it big, I try to do the best.
We can grow to big together. We can grow to big. Yeah.
Right? But I don't know why we have come to this place where the first thing out of some women's mouths when they're looking for a partner, what do you want in a man? Money, stability, and finances.
Here's the thing. To the ladies, in the ladies' defense, money will signal stability.
No, boss. I know you're going to come with that, right? Go ahead.
The problem is they don't want the money for stability. They want money for things.
For excess, that's the point I'm trying to make, because there is nothing wrong, and I agree, right? There often says there's nothing wrong in wanting to be, because you can't carry feelings in that massy, right? Yeah. You got to carry money to pay the bills. That is fine. Yeah. I ain't saying that not to pick up a man that is a dud. I ain't saying to pick up a man that unemployed or whatever. That's not what I'm saying. However, why you want a man that's make $1 million? Why is that a prerequisite?
Right,
more
that is very suspicious to me. Like, why $1 million specifically? What is the assumption that a person making $1 million does differently than the person who's making 100K?
How
That
we
is what
get
I'm
to-
curious to learn.
How do we get in a space in time where $100,000 annually is not enough?
Well, it isn't. I want to tell you that point blank. Here in the US, it's not.
Let me tell you
If you
something, right?
are somebody who own a no, listen seriously. If you own a house, you have you're let's say you have a mortgage, say you have a car note. Let's throw in the fact that you have maybe student loans. People on average have 2 children. 100K is not going to get you far in the US anymore with the levels
That's
of
as a-
inflation, and it's
That's as a single person, right?
no,
No, no,
that's
no. She's saying with children, family, etc.
right.
Good.
Just 100K flat, yeah.
Good. So $100,000 is not enough. So then what? How many? You just gave the statistics of how many people make $100,000 in the US a year, right? So then what is the alternative? The alternative is to have a wage limit, a wage standard.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, right? It is ridiculous to me to say you want a partner that makes over. Imagine if men say, which is funny because men are saying it and we getting a lot of pushback. We don't want women to make $100,000. Women want men to make $100,000. Shoot, we just want a woman to be open-minded and willing.
With long lashes, big ass.
No. Men do not ask for the recondition. Men don't want the augmentation. No man in the history of mankind has ever said, I asked a man, what you want in a woman? Eyelashes. That has never happened. What you want in a woman? I want a fat ass.
That may happen. That may happen.
That will happen. Stop it.
Hold
Don't
on.
Right.
Hold
exactly.
on.
Thank you,
Hold
Derek.
on.
Thank you, Derek.
happen.
You ask. Hold on. Hear me out.
Depending
You
on
ask
the
a-
age.
right? Good. But the man don't say, child boy, she got a good weave, Peruvian or Brazilian or whatever. She got long nails. You understand? Like, I think that while I understand it is expensive to live certain places, shoot, Barbados in top 5 places in the world to live. Expensive places to live. And the average income is just under $2,500 a month. Right? So I understand money is needed to have a life. But to me, you need $100,000 for what kind of life? You understand what I mean? Like, Dr. Carey, when you say $100,000, you got a mortgage, you got children, etc., 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 you are speaking about having things that are considered privileges and luxury, like a car, like a house that has 3 bedrooms and running and not running water and live in the suburbs, right?
Hope it runs water.
right. But you having like children that go into certain schools and have certain lifestyle and stuff like that. You are speaking of a particular lifestyle, even when you're talking about $100,000, because I can promise you, if you gave $100,000 to the poor people in the US that's struggling, that still got the house, that still got they got people that poor that still affording these things, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
So
Yeah, but
to
a
me,
credit card smoking.
that's all right. But
Credit
the
card
point I'm,
buffet.
but the point I'm trying to make is that I understand it is expensive to live in certain places, but if you $100,000 in the US is $200,000 Barbados, right? If you give a man that is making $30,000 a year in Barbados, and he's somehow making it, yeah, he might not be making it pretty, but he's making it. You get a man you're giving him you're giving him $200,000 a year. But that man can do stupid things. That man never.
He will.
That man can do wellness. That man can start, but like he only knows a certain lifestyle. So to me, I understand it is expensive to have middle income living luxury and pleasure and privilege. To have, I think I remember they had an example breakdown how much somebody would make in Barbados, which included travel, which included cell phone, which included, right? And let's be honest, you think the average man that catching bus talking about travel? You think the average man out there that going and work a 9 to 5 as a laborer or something, shoot, not even a 9 to 5, you're gonna work as a laborer or whatever, talking about entertainment? What about men that have blue collar jobs? because everybody want this lifestyle as $100,000 or whatever when the year come. But they ain't talking Masons, they ain't talking blue collar people. They're talking about people that work in
office
a
jobs.
Good, right? The problem is because those jobs are labor intensive and very physical. Men will more gravitate towards those fields and very dangerous. Men will gravitate towards those fields and they will not make that $100,000 a year. That is the average mean. The problem is that I think people have a problem with the word average. People have the problem with the connotation of average. You see, me and Derek ain't got a problem with average, We understand that by societal standards, we are by the standards of men in terms of income, in terms of doing certain things and having levels of success, we are average. We are, matter of fact, I posit that we may be above average because we got a podcast. You ever man got a podcast? You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying that to like blow my own trumpet or anything like that. The point is that we are still afforded a level of privilege that I have a computer, I have stable internet, you guys have the facilities to come here and do this show. So the average, you think the average man has worked for less than $1,200 a month? He looking to buy his computer and things like that? No. You think the man got willing to put down time and learn these things? No. So people have a problem with the word average. For
That's
me,
why I said depends
I
on
understand,
the
but
definition
you see, and it is hilarious to me because when we're talking about weight and fat, women would have you believe that you are to accept where you are now. Right? But when it comes to men and finances, we can't accept where we am now. I accept fully where I am now. Carry on, we have these conversations regularly. Derek, we've had these conversations before. I willingly accept right now that I am average. You think that's my aspiration to be average in life?
Right.
To have just making ends meet money wise and stuff like that? No. Shoot, the other day the men in the group chat say they can't wait to hear that I in Hollywood making movies because I'm into film. Shoot, I would like to see my man Derek on a stage in the US with G-Syndicate. Shoot. Don't let Derek win a Grammy. Don't get nominated for the Grammy, Yo.
It's true.
I can act a damn fool if Derek get G-Syndicate get nominated for a Grammy. I can act retard. I can come on here, beer back. I can come and say, yeah. See he? That's my friend.
But this is what I'm saying. It depends on whose definition you are using. Because if the definition for success is an American measure,
No,
I really don't want people to think about, having all of their certain definitions of success attached to certain American standards because it's bullshit. So it depends on what you're talking about. So when this girl is talking about a man who is making $1 million, the other thought that came to my mind, Black men who are millionaires in this American context,
Yeah. Small number.
chances of her ever meeting one, right?
Yeah.
And this is something that I don't think. Well, you guys have touched on it over the year. Probably this is your season 1 thing too. Yeah, your season 1 touched on this. We don't pay attention enough to the degrees of assault that a Black man has to go through in order to even earn $100,000, much less become a millionaire in this context.
Listen, I am sorry for laughing, right? But you use a combination of words there, so that in 2022 seems so ridiculous to think about men assault and go through. No, but I'm trying to hear the Black man experience.
Oh my God! But this is what I'm saying. But these
Dr.
women,
Carey, haven't you heard we living on Easy Street? You know that my Bugatti
no,
park
but
outside.
I'm being serious because of the men that these particular women, minus Milo's mother, right, are hoping deep down inside. They're hoping that for the majority of them, to be with a man that is Black. The majority of the Black men in America are locked up or on their way to being locked up. The hoops they have to jump through just to even make the $50,000 that Derek was saying as an average salary. That's the average salary.
School to prison
they have to jump through. Yo, listen. And this is where, so when I'm seeing this stuff, these women talking about these things, knowing damn well what I have had to go through to get into a six-figure category here in the US, and them talking about hypergamy and all this kind of foolishness.
Hypergamy.
Hypergamy, man. Come on,
Hypergamy.
no. But I want to hear you, Queen's
It's
English.
so convoluted and delusional to me.
Sorry, King's English.
It's
I see-
delusional.
Yeah, I see. I sit here saying a woman reason that he's only a teacher. Shaking my head. Good, honest work is not valuable to women.
Right? No, it's not. It's not.
And that's why I said he was talking earlier about the apex fallacy.
Yeah.
Because you look at those top 1%, 5% men, and you say, okay, well, I want a man up there. Now, anybody that ain't up there, I ain't gonna use for. Ironically, they will deal with the fireman. Shout out the fireman. They will deal with the fireman on the side. Because if fireman a Mali Zoe. Okay. You deal with the Mali Zoe on the side because Zoe get us a good stick. And everything good with that. And then you try to find a guy in our top 5% bracket.
I have
But the men in the middle, they have no purpose for us.
And you see those black men who are making the $1 million and above, some of them, yes, plenty of them, are married to black women. But there are quite a few that are not. And if you speak to them and ask them why, it's because they don't want the gold digger mentality that these women are perpetuating.
Because what happens is that the guy that played Luke Cage, he's Michael Coulter.
Coulter.
Yeah.
He's married to a white woman. And he said, look, this woman was done with me when I had nothing.
Right.
When he was broke, when he was dusty.
Right.
The Glover guy, not Danny Glover. The other one.
Donald?
Donald Glover.
Oh,
he too, he dates the later complected.
Childish Gambino.
Gambino. He dates the later complected. And he too is like, well, yeah, you know. Because what you will find is that those men who can achieve like that, especially in the US, a little bit less here in the Caribbean, we tend to still like athletes. We still like stars and stuff like that. So we can only imagine how many women try to lick down Marshall and Bungie door. You know, how many women lining up for Dexter Daps and Beanie and Bounty Killer and them men. You know what I mean? But they got good.
Hold on 1 minute. I trying to I got raise the volume of the amount of women outside my door. Hold on a minute.
Okay. Yeah. So you will find that we still like, not that it's a cricketers, West Indian cricketers. West Indian cricketers. They are the NBA players in the Caribbean. So you will find that man, shoot, got the pick of the litter. Right? Some of them will share women, much like NBA athletes. The same women in the same circles. Right? Again, so the women see those guys, right? They're willing to spend the money and go for here to Trinidad to watch cricket in the hope that they could be able to catch the other one, fellas.
Are you serious? In the hope?
Girl, you making sport of this thing, yeah.
I just want to watch a good cricket match. I miss cricket.
Listen. Want to cycle all the way back to something Dr. Carey started by saying, it depends on the definition or how you define success.
How you're defining success, yeah.
Do you know
whose standards of success are
right?
you
Whose
following?
standards of success? I don't know what standard other than hard work and dedication brings success. These women are not. That's why it is fascinating to me. We talk about the psychology of things, right? These women want men that are successful. They don't want to be successful. So they want to align themselves with the man
success.
that done do the hard work, that done do the dedication, done do the commitment, and then come to
finish line.
So it is hilarious to me that some women, not all, want men that have gone through the muck and mire of life, particularly in the Black community, to elevate themselves and their station to a level of wealth and a certain level of financial freedom. And that is the prerequisite for them. Meanwhile, when you ask them, what do you bring to the table, so to speak? Where is your dedication? Where is your hard work? We talk about Michael Coulter. We talk about Childish
Response
Gambino.
is, I am the table.
But we don't. But I want I want an IKEA. I want the furniture, right? I work here for a woman. You understand? So
Oh, God.
when you hear stories of men marrying women that have been done for them, they have already shown they're working. Because while success, there is to me, there are two levels of success for the human condition. There's financial success based on man-made systems and situations that we measure it by money. And there's also the success as a functioning, capable, compassionate, loving human being, conscious human being, right? Now, for women, because of the man-woman dynamic, women lean more into that level of success when it comes to relationships than men. See,
Which
we got
one?
show 'em the
Compassionate.
yes, compassionate, nurturing, whatever. The men, we got to show and prove. We got to show and we got to prove. We got to show we working, right? Women, you can't really show kindness anymore. Like you can write down everything that I do for a woman in terms of provision and protection and that sort of stuff. Women, that will look different from woman to woman, right? On how they support their man, right? But women now have Jedi mind tricked the situation, mama guide the situation, so that they got a front that they try to cut the line and say, here, tune, I come and you establish. So now I ain't got to do no nurturing, I ain't got to do no comforting, no counseling. You already do it by yourself. You know it's heartbreak. You met them millions, you cry by yourself in the dark room. You want me to come and cry? You want to cry on my shoulder now? You want me to come and fix a plate? Well, you got money. You know what I mean? So
they think I cooking nothing. We order out.
Exactly. It has eliminated the need for women to show they're working. You know what I mean? When you have the mentality, and this is just, I want to be very clear, this is me spitballing. If your mentality is, I want a person that is already established, already done the hard work, and already at the finishing line, or one step at the finishing line, right? Then it shows me you're about the hard work. You're about being in the trenches. You're about you are not about what will equate to success.
That's what I was saying. So if these women are saying that they want someone who is already successful without them even, as the woman, ever exercising actions of success for themselves. They believe that they are, right? That the weave, the nails, maintenance, the soft girl season, and all this kind of ray-ray-tay-tay, that those are actions of success. That's what I'm saying. The assaults that the average Black man goes through on a daily basis, if you ain't complimenting that, sis, but yet you want him to be a millionaire and you just sleaze on it, like, no, that's not fair at all. And that's why you're not getting no man. Because, I mean, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't, success begets success, right? Like attracts like. This is how we know. These are the basics of relationships. I'm attracted to people because there's certain things, right? There's certain things we have in common, and that keeps our attraction the way it is. And then we grow from there if we decide that that's what we're doing. But if I'm just over here chilling and waiting for you to go out and hustle and sweat and cry and bleed, and I'm just sitting waiting for you to go, no, absolutely not.
There was a clip where one lady said all she brings to the relationship is lip gloss.
No.
And that is why to me a lot of women will gravitate toward men that are in like those types of cold, calculating, illegal forms of money making. Like as a drug dealer, you don't have time to cry. You gotta keep that thing on you. You gotta keep your eyes open. You gotta keep your peripheral on. You have no time for mushiness.
You know what hustle. It's the quickness. They want to see
that's what I mean.
Right now.
Right. So what I'm saying is because let's be honest, right? Nobody know about we cannot find Thomas as Derek would say a drug dealer crying telling him, oh Lord, the streets was hot today. Oh Lord, they don't know what to do. Like nobody like when we talk about the toxic masculinity that women talk bad about women cry down toxic masculinity but want toxic masculinity. Right?
Yes.
I want to be toxic men, right? Story for another time. But there are a lot of videos out there we've been talking about. They want a man with street knowledge and they want a man in the streets and they want a man drug dealer, whatever. Would you choose a man that's working 9 to 5, making $50,000 a year versus a drug dealer that got thing? Because one, the money quick, so you ain't got the value for it, so you turn it about as you like. Meaning that you could put out your arms, you get $10,000 they're gonna spend in lunch, right? Two, there gonna be a lot of emotions. That man gonna be hard. That man can't show vulnerability to the streets. Therefore, he can't afford to be showing any vulnerability or lacking anywhere. Right? So that's why that life is glamorous to them. And then, of course, there's the thrill of, staff police coming through, they kicking open the door and things like that. That's my man. You can't lock here, all that BS. But it is fascinating to me. These women are government workers. The women that we are talking about are government workers. They want to just collect a paycheck. Work starts at 8 and show up at 10.
Come on, man.
No. I'm not talking about teachers. Teachers is a different level of government workers. Teachers.
Not all.
Look at that, right? But when I say that, I mean we all know of positions in any government in any part of the world now. I ain't just talking Barbados, where people just show up whenever they feel it, show up, do hours of work, play the part for another hour, and then go lunch and then go home because their money is mandated by the government to come when the month come. Shoot, don't pay me. I can call up my union rep and we can shut down the whole infrastructure, right? So
getting in the streets,
women just won't show up because watch, women say they're fixing a plate for the man. Women can say, shoot, if I put on weight and get fat, bearing you big head children, you gotta take me as I am, right? Women saying, shoot, if I come home and they don't feel like having sex with you for the next 2 years, that's life for the tropics. You better not divorce me because you see all them millions that you got, I take in half. Or 3/4, depending on how you feel when they wake up. Shout out Dr. Dre. Hope you get well soon, brother. Right? So this mentality that some of these women have is it is something that I want all men of every level and stature to see. All right, we see you and avoid you like a mine. You understand me? Because that is a barnacle, as Darius put it. That's a blight on your life. That is a bill, a liability. That person is not bringing anything positive to your life. I can guarantee you, I would even posit to you the same looks and the same sex and the thrill of being with a woman so beautiful or so put together physically, that's going to fade because once that ring gone and she secured that bag and she got you or she bear you children, shoot, I could never put on makeup again. And that is the thing, because hard work, dedication, commitment, and success is not in their mind. It's not in their mind.
And that's why, back to the question, why are men shying away from it? This is why. Because men are starting to realize, you know what, again, the package, but I ain't getting a deal.
Right.
They working hard. And they working hard.
You want me to come in at a level. Shoot, I see Nicholas here. Shout out to my man, Nicholas. Nicholas here in the chat saying, my ex broke up with me with the option to get back together. Once I get established.
You had you had a relationship on lease?
Yeah.
With a chance to buy?
So that's again.
She broke up with him with the option to get back together once he became established. She didn't want to be there for that hard part, that beginning training part.
Oh,
I would have laughed, but she's so bad.
Yeah.
I would have laughed. Oh.
Funny thing is, I know that those situations. But that happens pretty often.
Yeah, a lot of women think that they can say, you know what, and I guess because we may make it easy because we run them down, we chase them down, we think, yeah, you look good or whatever, and we may figure, all right, he can be there. Let me just put him on the shelf for a couple of years. Let he work out everything he got to work out, and then he can come back to if over here don't really work out how he would like it to work out. How many times we see that? There's a girl I went to school with that, it never really give me time of day at school, but
What now?
Run into a brother.
She's on her shit. God damn it.
Looking good.
Swag, bald head, and got all the teeth in order, and my man got a little music career going. I got a little shine. Man's get up on stage and he's getting women the flutters.
Yeah, keep myself together a certain way, and she want all out brother, and then that's how it goes.
You have to see a guy grow up. I will admit that sometimes Like, if you're talking about high school to now, like sometimes you need to see a man grow up.
Yeah. No,
You know what I mean? Because for us as, the whole biology of women or girls mature faster physically and mentally and emotionally than boys, yada, yada, yada. So you have to give some time for the maturing to happen.
I want to say
And then
something
you go
controversial to
through.
that.
Anybody got time for that? Listen,
That's fine.
biological clock
That's
here. I want
fine.
my children. You
The-
can reach
the second thing I will say to that is that I think there are 2 points. And some of my girlfriends are like, just what Neil said. They ain't got time for that. But it's for real. When I sit back and look at this, there are 2 points, at least for right now in the lifetime I've had, where I recognize maturity spurts for men. There's that like early 20s, early to mid 20s is a big one. Like they're coming into their own and they're settling into a certain groove and identity. And then between, I say, 38 to 43, that's another sweet spot for men. And with 43 really being like, yeah. And I told this one the other day, I was like, isn't this your that birthday coming? Because you get into a groove.
Listen.
I'm still a little ways off from that.
Hold on.
You get into a groove as a guy, where you recognize certain habits and trends over certain periods of time that don't work in your favor. Not necessarily in dating or anything, but just don't work for you.
And you settle into who you are as a human.
Who you are as a man. And it's beautiful to see when men get into that space of, this is who I am. And there are a lot of women who know that. And that's why we say, okay, when you get your shit together, and then I see you that next round, then I'll sort out whatnot.
But what we try to tell men, right?
More often than not.
What we try to tell men is that holler back ain't coming. Don't offer that holler back.
Yeah, there's some men that don't want the holler back. Yeah, I agree.
No,
that's fine.
Because and Derek know this. Shoot, if tomorrow we can got $1 billion in my bank account legally and it's all mine free and clear, right? My door shut. Whoever ain't in. I marrying from the pool that I deal with before I dealing with it. I telling you, I willing to revisit relationships more so than go there and find a new woman. I done with that.
There you go.
Right? Anyhow, hey, Tamara, good to see you. I want to say something to you, Carrie, and I want to get your opinion on this one, because this is something that I say, often and behind closed doors. But since you brought it up, I'm going to say it now here live on this podcast, the Senate podcast here on YouTube. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm going to say it here because you say, we talk about the maturation, how girls develop faster than boys, etc.
Right.
On that, we agree. Girls develop faster than boys. But there is a notion out there that while girls may develop faster than boys, when girls realize that they can get attention from and kind of manipulate men based on their physical attributes and their sexuality, that their maturation stops while men continue to mature through life.
Facts.
I want to hear from Carrie Ann on that.
Hold on, let me make sure I'm receiving it properly. So women, so you're saying that there's a point at which women stop maturing once they've recognized their sexual sexual leverage, so to speak.
Correct. Because when you look at somebody like, say, Brittany Renner, for example, tonight, she a lot of word salad, but she's still very, very childish in how she approaches life.
Yeah.
And you find out with a lot of women out there. And then when they start to talk and they say, but this is not fair. Look at the wife tonight, Milo's mother. Could you not cut the grass on Saturdays and blah, blah, blah. So how legit is it to think that is actually the case where women stop maturing once they realize that their sexual leverage, to use it, is a thing?
I'm going to say I agree, because we go through such a period. Thank God my parents didn't do this, or at least my mother taught me differently. But you go through a period where, flash a smile, show a little cleavage, show some legs, and you get through.
Correct.
And there are many of us.
Not the cross security. So let me add on the other part of that, because they say that maturation only restarts after they realize sexual leverage is gone. Carry on.
And so you go through that period of using those particular physical attributes and play out until them done out. And then you're left like, wait a minute. My physical has pretty much, kind of worn, not to say that you're completely broke down, but no man not check you for your legs anymore because other women have legs out there, right?
Mm.
And it has then, because you bought into that for so long, you never felt, and I've seen this happen to so many women, you never felt that it was important for you to develop intellectually, as well as, possibly spiritually as well. And funny enough, those 4 P's that you always talk about, Derek, need to recognize those levels of maturity in a woman in order to fulfill the nurturing that a husband does. And that's the trick. So that's why you see some of these women now, like, oh, I can't wait till you see the video. I want to hear what when he shares with you the IG video. When you hear women, oh my God, I'm 35, 36, whatever, and have
Lick
2
down the
children
wall.
because I was out in the streets for so long, all this foolishness. You never took time to develop other aspects of you. So yes, I agree with you. There's a point at which our maturity stunts because we ignore some of the very key things, which is why you now see these things about, soft girl sees it. And forget what the other one, somebody said something to me the other day. Oh God. And it reminded me of how you guys always make the jokes on Grand Rising and that kind of thing.
The glorious rising, my beautiful Nubian queen.
Right. And this is what's happening. There is a
May the
point where
ancestors
now what's
guide you.
happening is a kind of recollection for some people, but also now for many women, a realization that there is more to them than the body.
Yeah.
Like, now is when you realize after you push out 2 people picnic, now is when you...
Yeah.
So I completely agree with you on that. Yes, I've seen the way you're putting it. Yes, I see that. There's a point at which the maturity stops for some or is stunted. And then they kind of now move into another phase and transition and transform and that kind of thing. And, pay attention to other things differently. While men go through a different type of maturity process.
Because we still got to become through life, we still moving through life. We got still trying to not be brat at 25 and 30. Still trying to negotiate life so that way till you get to a certain life. Because at the end of the day, a woman can flash a smile, somebody text you in.
Right.
If a man can't work out life, he in the streets, literally.
But what you said there all the time, right? Men have to earn their value from birth. Women are born with value from birth, right?
And
you could call that society. You could call that biology because women bear children and bear life.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, the point remains, right? Is that as both of you are saying, at some point, the realization can come like, child boy, I got legs. Like, look at Tina. Tina got legs, but Tina is near 80. I got women out there that is a third of her age. I got you seeing legs. So we're gonna choose. You're gonna choose Tina, and check the difference. You can choose Tina that got the money, the millions, the fame, whatever, with them legs, or you can choose a younger woman.
Right.
Do the brat woman.
Yeah. And there's this guy that I follow on Instagram too. He's very interesting. He coaches men and really helps them to kind of work through some of those moments of, the dark, low moments and coming into themselves a bit more and all this kind of thing. And one of the things he said on this session I was watching, because he opened up a session for women who are in relationships with men or who have been in relationships with men to understand certain things. And he's a white man. And it was interesting to hear him say that masculinity, just so what you were just saying a while ago, masculinity is not just given. Every single day, masculine has to go out and prove and earn his masculinity.
Every day.
This is what, and I said, I heard him say that, and I thought to myself, well, now this is some shit.
But I got a ton to say here, right? One, women have created a situation for themselves where they feel that they have to show and prove. So now they are measuring themselves by the same yardstick that men have always been measured by, and they're making life very difficult for themselves. Now, I am not saying that women should not go there and work. I'm not saying women should not go there get the money, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But when you look at the numbers through dating apps, through psychological studies, through just whatever metric you choose to find, articles, et cetera, women are unhappy. Why? Because they're picking up this mantle of going through life as a man in terms of career, purpose, day-to-day driving, right? I know you're trying to MacGyver your value through the lens of a man that is not really your intended value. So now you're feeling the pressure and you upset because now you're feeling the pressure. Now, there's another thing I want to say. Let me, again, circle back, right? Chasing. This is important to say. Men, when you chase a woman, that is a form of coercion. When you chase someone, it means that they don't want to be caught. Police chase criminals. Lions chase prey. If you chasing a woman, don't mind the woman says she won't be chased. But you chase a woman, that is a form of coercion. Good. We have
that's a fact because
there's a
we talk about choosing signals and all that there, and I say earlier tonight, men have discovered that the men that these women really like, they ain't gonna chase. I mean, you as men, don't you think about it? The women that made themselves that you would have had relationships with, the best relationships, the women that were about you know how to do the chasing. Study it.
Facts on facts. I want men to get this notion out the head that when a woman playing hard to get it, like there's so many terminologies. When a woman playing hard to get, brother man, we use a bailiff, trying to chase an escape convict.
Let's let it slide down.
Use Dog the Bounty Hunter. Don't chase people. The second thing I want to say is that please be very, and this to the ladies now. I understand, I understand the world we live in today is very visual. It is very misleading in what success really is, right? You see success as being on a yacht. You see success being as popping bottles. You see success in like life is effortless in terms of how you make money or how you spend money, right? We know so many stories of women out there, men and women, let me be clear, flossing for the gram, living a high style life, and they got but $2 in the bank account, right? We know of these situations where they're keeping up with the Joneses killing people. But please do not be mistaken. When you want a relationship, yes, money matters, but it is not the priority. Because a man can have all the money in the world and treat you like a scum, and be a scumbag and treat you like scum. You understand? You want a man that is aware of himself, aware of his purpose, and aware of who he is as a man and his ego. You do not want a man that is tied to his money and his ego is tied to his money, because when the money goes, who is he? What is he? Right? So be very, very careful. You playing lotto. We see so many stories of average people. And trust me, you are average. You got lashes, you got BBLs, you got all of these things, right? You're trying so hard to be like everybody else. You know what that is? You are average. So to that end, we see so many stories of people out there winning big lotto sums, right? $100 million and all sorts of things. And when you check, their life gone to potter. Sorry to ever win money. They got people that sorry to ever got fame, wealth. Why is that? Because they have tied who they are and their ego and psychology to the money. And trust me, all the beginning saying grave, me, Carrie Ann, all the one that listen to me now, right? At the end of the day, they don't tabulate and say, boy, child, boy. No boy don't be at a funeral crying and say, boy, he the richest Ryan get you. He has so much money. Money and assets around him. And he going to dead a heart attack. No boy don't say that. There's so many funerals that have happened recently, locally here, where there was burst beyond capacity. And these men were average men. These men were broke men. But you know what? Their life was celebrated because in what really matters in the human condition, they were successful. So continue playing the long game. Continue playing the odds. Continue saying you deserve, right? You deserve a mansion. You deserve to be flown out. You deserve a Bugatti. You deserve a man that's met $1 million. No problem. I check you in
Gotta be
turning.
flued out.
I can check you in the turning, right?
Yes.
Meanwhile, we over here,
sorry.
we can be working, and we will be successful. At the end of the day, I just want to leave a legacy that I want to leave a legacy where I feel like I've made an impact on the human condition for the world and other people. Got my money going to my son, my money can go to shoot. Whoever, the last person standing in my lineage or my family or sing can get my money and my wealth, wherever that may be. But legacy to me is how you impact the people in your community and by extension, the world. So you want a man, you want to be happy, consider that money should not be the first 4 things that you want in a man.
Yep, that coming back to that 10 like values that the Crimson Cure will talk about. Wealth is down near the bottom. Folks, it is 9:56 in Barbados and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. You are watching the Senate podcast. We have had a riveting discussion, as we usually do when Dr. Carey is here.
Dr. Carey Thursdays.
Yeah, man. She inspires us to greatness on Thursday.
Oh, is that official now? Dr.
Yeah,
Carey?
Well, we can have our people call your people. We can talk the logistics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And deal with the legalities.
We
but
work it out.
we work it out.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. And yeah, man, it's always great to have these thought-provoking discussions with you, Carrie Ann, and also you, Neil. And in fact, we really went into it tonight. So yeah, I'm feeling good about that. Before we get out of here, we're gonna send you 2 things here, Neil. Just a little bit. Well, one is a bit of levity, the other one not so much. Just a little bit of triggering before we leave.
I know which is which. I can look and see them.
Yeah, so if you could share those with the people before we come back and we close out.
All right, no problem. All right, let me start with the triggering first. Let me end on a high note and leave the levity for the end. Right? Yeah, so let's get it.
I don't know why you guys get so riled up about me saying that I agree with those dudes that be on the podcast talking about they just looking for a check, I agree with them because it's the truth. Besides your money, what else do you have to offer? A lot of you guys think that because you spend your life chasing money, power, position in order to get females, that's it. You guys think that that's I'm wealthy, I have muscles, that's all I have to contribute. I run with other wealthy men, I can do this, I can do that. Besides that, what else do you have to offer? You know what I'm saying? So it's like you run into a woman like me that I have my shit together. I make my own money. I do whatever the fuck I want. I live good. And then it's like, okay, so you have money. That's great. I'm interested. You have money. That's great. But besides that, who are you? You know what I'm saying? And then it's always the broke guys that ask, what do you bring to the table? The broke guys are always worried about this table. And then you're like, oh, well, what do you bring to the table? Sir, why would I bring anything else to the table other than my physicality? Because that's what you like.
I want to pause. I just want to pause for a second. No. She is saying that we broke-ass men is the ones that care about what you bring to the table. And yet, we have to be 6 foot tall. We got a big penis. We have to make $100,000 a year. We have to be this. We have to be that. So we got to bring to the table. So if broke men worry about the table, when women worry about the table, what I mean? We press on.
That's why you're speaking to me. That's why you've decided to pursue me. That's why you're in my face. That's why you're in my DMs. That's why you're texting me, calling me. That's why you're asking me out, whatever it is. That's why, because you like the way that I look. Why would I bring anything else other than that when you aren't? Besides your money, besides your position or your power level, whatever it is, besides that, you ain't really shit either. So why would I bring anything? I'm not bringing anything to the table. I'm not bringing a fucking thing to the table other than this fat ass, these big titties, this pretty little fight. That's it. That's all you get from me. That's it. And I'm going to take your money 100%.
Yeah, no.
Because that's all you can.
No.
That's all you.
No. Enough is enough. I was the producer here. I run in this show. Enough of this shit. You know what I think is the worst thing to happen to a human being is that they are widely seen as extremely good looking. I think the worst thing is for a person or individual to be universally recognized to the point of fame that you are attractive. You know why? Because just get shite like this here. She could come and tell me if I don't got money, I ain't shit. She just bringing that fat ass, that pretty face, and then breasts to me. But why I would pick that up to do other than to have a little fun night with?
But here's the thing, Neil, a lot of men are going to pick it up.
Thank you. I said this to you guys whenever I was here last time. I was saying out there that men are already choosing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Men are already choosing, and they're choosing the fat ass, the lashes.
Poorly. They are choosing poorly. They are choosing poorly. Because at the end of the day, I tell people, right? If I had 3 wishes, right? World hunger, any world hunger, it could be first. Stopping war, it could be first. Peace and love and kumbaya, it could be first. It can be to got men to stop choosing shite. Stop choosing poorly.
You.
Stop sliding in DMs behind a woman posting on Instagram but bikini. Left out these women because you get end up chasing that fat ass and end up in financial ruin. But that woman know if you set the price as this woman coming out, 2 guns are blazing, ski mask on, your money or your life. One woman coming and she has said, my price is my physical attributes. Therefore, if you say, okay, I'm willing to pay for your physical attributes, right? And she decides to say, you know what? The price going up.
Mm-hmm.
Or I take away my product. Now you up in the thing. And one day she could decide, you know what? We got a clearance sale. We done. We ain't selling this product no more. We discontinuing this product. You got to pay a short call. Use the investor, use the backing, use the money. And you like an idiot now in court. You think Dr. Dre didn't chase you away because you had a fat ass and a pretty face? How many men got ruination behind a fat ass and breasts and pretty face? It ain't worth it. It is not worth it. We all want supermodel women.
If it's worth it or not, it continues to happen.
Look, as long as testosterone flowing, it will happen.
It will happen.
That is why,
happening.
There's gonna be a cycle. Because people say, why want a red pill men, want losers and incels and this and that the next. You know why? There is say all the time, we is the counterbalance. Because at the end of the day, men, we set the market value, we set the demand. So women say, well, shoot, there's the demand again. BBLs, people are risking their lives for BBLs, cocking up airplanes. They can't sit down for the ass, and the ass up in the air, right? Because they can't sit down straight, getting back home to wherever they come from the DR, right?
And that leads us, Neil, to the last thing that we got there to show the people before we get out of here. This is why we see things like this.
There it is. The Muppet Show predicted what most women would look like in 2022 back in 1975.
No, Neil, if you could do me a favor, Neil, go back to our friend who said that $100,000 is not enough. If you could get her on screen the same time as this picture for the Muppets, I would greatly appreciate it. I don't know how you get work.
Yeah, just give me a minute. I can get that, but you gotta give me a minute. Which she is?
Yeah,
which she is.
That's exactly what we look like now.
Let she hear. You mean the woman that's saying on the car, right?
Yeah, if you can get that done for me, I would greatly appreciate it.
Let me see. Let me see how plug the show. Let me see if I get this here work out.
Yeah, folks, this is the Senate Podcast here on YouTube. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I see we have 445 subscribers. If you could get to 450 between now and next week, that'd be great. Keep sharing it with your people. Keep letting them see the content. Unfortunately,
because I am who I am. Because I am who I am. You are real hard at this thing, you know. Let she deal up. Let she deal up.
Put it on screen for the people.
Let she deal up. Let she deal up. Derek,
put it on screen for the people.
I would keep it a little longer. Cause it die hard.
Yeah. Put it on screen for the people. Let the people see what's going on.
Who wore it better?
Who wore it better?
Which is the Muppet?
Which is the actual boyfriend? Oh Lord.
I really do love what I do.
You see the problem? You see the problem? You see the problem? Something is wrong with this. Something is definitely wrong with this. You know what I mean? You should look at the eyelashes, right? This this is messed up. I feel bad about this.
The lips, the
No,
lashes,
no.
everything.
That's what you want. That's what you want. That's what you wanted.
I
Yeah,
feel
man.
bad with this though.
It retarded. It like it really is silly when you think about women want men. Men set the value. Women say, well, if that's what it is, shoot, we can give them the value. We up in the price.
Mm-hmm.
And when men say, all right, foolishness is fuckery. You really creating problems and you destabilizing the market. Why? Because the average person cannot afford that price. And that price is immaterial when it comes to the man-woman family building dynamic and love and all that there.
Mm-hmm.
So no, women say, well, shoot, why you want to talk about these things? Hush up. Hush up. When it's losers, misogynist, patriarchy, blah, blah, blah. We're here to ruin the fun. That's why you say in season 1, we are the no fun police. Call the fun done. And you know, we want men to be conscious.
And that is why there was a lot of pushback for people like Kevin Samuels, Andrew Tate get banned. Shoot, we want to set a flat and we don't see nothing that's controversial as them, man. But you know, people will say what they have to say and try to, as I said, stop the. We try to stop the fun, so people won't stop we, right? But we just highlighting what is going on.
The train got to stop.
The beauty of it is more and more men are seeing. So yeah, testosterone will be flowing, but because of spaces like this and across the internet, more and more men are seeing exactly what's going on, and they're saying, you know what, this ain't necessarily the best thing. I mean, they're still attracted to certain things physically.
I can look.
Yeah, men can look, but when it comes to actually making choices with partners and
like
stuff like
decisions,
that, men going down a different road. We had a girl on one of these, I think it was on the live stream, saying that she could not understand why men were not choosing women who were dressed like who I don't imagine city uniform and dressed much like the Muppet just now. Because men are not choosing them.
We don't want Muppets.
Yeah, men ain't choosing them. Boss, this has been another edition of the Senate. Neil and I, Dr. Carrie Ann, we do not make up the rules. We just make sure that you guys know what they are. You can ignore reality all you want. You cannot ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. Be the best version of you for you. We can see you guys again very soon. Please remember, folks, in these daily streets.
Yep.
Look out for a shark coming tomorrow. You see y'all. You see y'all on Monday.
Peace and love. Be safe.
Peace.